Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Lady Leadership Show. Really thrilled today to be here. Just me. I'm not going to be interviewing anyone on the show today, and I'm going to be sharing something else instead, which is actually my career principles. So these are what I've used as the foundation for growing my career and changing my career and going after what I want. And I thought I would share this as sort of principles that serve me and guide me in going after my career. So I hope that sounds good to everyone. And yeah, thanks if you're a long time listener. Thanks for listening to the show. I'm really delighted with how the show's grown. And so thank you very much. And hope you're all staying well and keeping well. So, number one is for me in terms of career principles. And I mean career principles by this is what guides or the values that I align to my career. So, number one is you're in charge of your own career. And so, really, this is about not leaving this up to anyone else and really defining where you want to go and what you want to do. And I saw something just recently, actually saw it on TikTok, and which was don't say no to yourself. And so there's lots of people in the world that will say no to you, but stop saying no to yourself and actually go after what you want and wait for someone else to say no. And in actual fact, they could say yes. So really just don't leave it up to anyone else. Go after. And so in my coaching that I do one-on-one with people and also in my courses, I talk about creating what I call your mission, your vision, your purpose, and your priorities. And so really defining your objectives and what you want to do and how you want to do that. And then actually really creating a career plan for yourself and manifesting it and believing in it and taking action. And really sort of being consistent with what you do. So getting clear on what it is that you want to do and then going after. And I think also experimenting. You're not going to get it right sort of every single time, and so you might try something and think, gosh, that didn't work out for me, but at least at least you've had a go and at least you've answered that question for yourself. And so I think really just having a plan and thinking to yourself, okay, what do I actually want to do in my career in the next 6, 12 months or even 18 months, 2 years? And how am I going to actually make that happen? And who do I need to have around me? So if you haven't already, have a look at my top 10 tips for how to shift your career forward on my website. So these are tips that I've used. This is around, presenting work or asking to go to a meeting, having regular meetings with your boss, all that type of thing. So, download that sheet as well and have a look at that sheet. So I think, companies can help you with your career and, work with you on your development. And it's always great to get their insight and also ask for feedback, etc. But you've also got to enact that yourself. And so most companies really have a development planning process and can offer training, etc. But figure out, if you're working at a company, what that company's doing and how you get yourself on that plan. And so really just don't wait for anyone else to do it, because if you don't take hold of it, it's really not going to happen, or maybe not happen in the time frame that you'd like. So number one, you're in charge of your own career. Number two is don't let others tell you what you can and what you can't do. And so really this is about going after what you want, dreaming big and bigger, and being open to change and new experiences. So maybe new jobs, new companies. And a lot of people will tell you no, and a lot of people will say that you can't. And you may have heard me talk on the podcast previously about years ago, someone said to me that I was never going to be a project manager. That was their feedback to me. And look, I ended up becoming a project manager. I ended up managing a team of 40 project managers. I ended up then leading departments. I ended up becoming a CIO. And so don't let anyone else put in front of you or tell you what they think you can or can't do. And so and I really believe kind of consistency and trying different ways and going after things and just trying something else or trying again, and really sort of believing for yourself and giving it a go. So number 2 is just, don't let others tell you what you can and can't do. Figure that out for yourself. Number three is know yourself, understand what you do enjoy and what you are good at, and actually write it down, and then figure out who you are as a person and your values, and figure that out separate to your career. So work is a really important thing in our lives, but it's not the be all and end all. And so, if for some strange reason you left your job, and if you've just defined yourself by that job, who are you if you're not in that job? And so work out what is important to you. What do you want to go after? I listened to Ben Crow, Ash Barty's mindset coach, recently in podcast for the ABC, and he talked about defining yourself as a person, and Ash defining herself as a person outside of tennis, and who she is and what's important to her. So I think that's really valuable, about knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, what you enjoy. So number 3, know yourself. Number 4 is actually learn to sell yourself. So learn to be able to, if you're aspirational, if you're wanting to grow your career, learning how to present work, learning how to succinctly tell others about things in meetings, understanding your audience, understanding when you need to get to the point, when you don't need to get to the point, understanding how you can make things happen, how you can sell yourself in an interview, how you can sell yourself in a presentation, how you can sell your work. So learn those key skills. So learn how to tell your career story, learn how to tell what you've done and what you'd like to do, learn how to present to executives or stakeholders or others, learn that process. And because I think if you can't get your ideas across, then it's really difficult to show people what you're good at. So number 4, learn how to sell yourself and how to do that really, really effectively. So I think, so you can have a listen to a podcast that I've got, which is, I've got 2 podcasts in the series, which is about presenting. One's about presenting online. The other one's about presenting face-to-face with Michelle Bowden. Have a listen to both of those podcasts if you don't feel as though you're that great at presenting. I mean, the best way to get good at presenting is to present, and you can present to your family every night at the dinner table. You can ask some questions, you can share ideas, you can, at a friend's birthday party, you can present. I got good at presenting by practicing presenting every week with my team by standing up in front of 100 people and talking about the work that we were doing. And when I started doing that, I'd be really conscious about writing down what I wanted to say, and what are the points that I wanted to get across, and how did I want to make people feel, etc. And then as I got more comfortable and confident, it just became a lot more natural. So the best way to learn how to present is just start presenting, in a team meeting. Ask if there's a piece of work that you're working on, ask your boss if you could perhaps present it to the team. Just really sort of start doing it. So learn how to sell yourself. Number 5 is creating advocates for yourself. Now, I actually talked to Judith Beck, who's been on the show 2 times about this, and this is about people that you've worked with and people in your career. And so finding those mentors or coaches or people who've been there and done it before and can give you some guidance. And so when you come across tough situations or tough conversations, or even you're not sure what you should do, you haven't been there before, you don't have the experience, have those people in your back pocket that you can ring up and ask, hey, what would you do in this situation? And you can get sort of the non-emotional view of potentially what you should do. So just create those people around you. It's sort of, it's advocates, and it's a network, and it's a group of people that you can go to. And if you're thinking, gosh, I don't know how to do that, just think of, 3 people that you've more recently worked with, or if you're, graduates and people that you went to university with, really just, work on defining that network. Even, some people that say are doing a similar role to you at another organization, have a reach out to them and have a chat to them, and start to work with them. So number 5, create advocates to yourself. Number 6, which I think is important, is saying yes to opportunities and also asking for what you want. And so now, saying yes to opportunities isn't necessarily saying yes to everything. Saying yes to, if you're clear back on your mission, your vision, your purpose, your priorities, if you're clear on what your career plan is, if you're clear on what your career story is, then saying yes to opportunities is easy, because you can put it through that filter of those things, and you can decide, okay, is this something that's going to help me and assist me and be of benefit to me, or is this something that I don't want to do? And so you can be really kind of clear on how you progress forward. I think asking for what you want, people aren't mind readers. And so, well, some are, but the majority of people aren't mind readers in the workforce. And so you want to be telling people what you actually want, and you want to be telling people what you go after. So number 6, saying yes to opportunities and asking for what you want. Number 8, be kind to yourself and to others. So being kind to yourself is really, I think, about thinking about your thoughts and thinking about how you think about yourself, and how kind you are to yourself. So I think I've mentioned on the show before, I listened to a gentleman named Warwick Schiller, who's a horse trainer, and he said he'd done this exercise where you put some pebbles in your pocket, and then you take a pebble out of your pocket and you put it in your other pocket for every sort of negative thought that you have about yourself. And so he thought, he doesn't have negative thoughts about himself. He'd had something like 24 negative thoughts before breakfast about himself or about others or whatever. So really, that being kind to yourself, working on your mindset, giving yourself time, really working through what that routine and how do you make you feel good about life, and so really figuring that out for yourself. And then in terms of others, being kind to others, again, I talked to Colleen Callender about this on the podcast that I did with her around leadership and being a kind leader and being kind to others and being polite to others. And I also talked to Judith Beck about this and being kind and polite and being, aware of other people. So number 8, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Okay, and so my last career principle that I wanted to talk to you about today is actually number 9, which is do what you say you're going to do. So if you make some sort of commitment and then make sure that you follow it up. And so it's something that I'm always conscious of. And if there's something that I said I was going to do and I haven't done it, then I do feel a bit badly about that. So I have to be kind to myself. But try and do what you say you're going to do. So this creates trust with others. It shows people that you're capable, that you stick to your word, and get stuff done. So I hope you enjoyed this chat today. I've really been enjoying the interviews that I've been doing with lots of women, and I just thought it might have been a chance to have a bit of a chat to everyone today myself, as I'd not done that for a little while. So hope you enjoyed this piece around career principles. I think just put it in your back pocket, have a think about it. And if you are needing some help in your career, then by all means contact me. My website, lady-leadership.com. You can get in contact with me there. You can get in contact with me on Instagram, which is lady.leadership. You can also get in touch with me on LinkedIn, which is just Samantha McIntyre. And good luck with your career. Hope you're going for gold like everyone is in the Olympics at the moment. And have a good day. Cheers.